Hey, what's going on, guys? The Beldam is back for a brand new video. And today, I'm going to be doing another book review. We just finished this book last month. We did a discussion on it for Nightmare Maven's Creepy Book Club. And she was so graciously pushing us to read this book because it's one of her favorites, or recent favorites. And the book is Catorina Ward's The Last House on Needless Street. Now, this is a book that, or I should say this is a story that you want to go into this book completely blind, because this is a very, the twists in this book are, it's a very hard book to discuss without going into spoilers. So I want to talk about it, but I'm going to try not to actually give away what the ending of the book is. But I wanted to give my overall thoughts on it. But to give you an idea what the book is kind of about, I'm going to read you the inside flap here. In a boarded-up house on a dead-end street at the edge of the wild Washington woods lives a family of three. A teenage girl who isn't allowed outside, not after last time. A man who drinks alone in front of his TV, trying to ignore the gaps in his memory. And a house cat who loves napping and reading the Bible. An unspeakable secret binds them together when a new neighbor moves in next door. What is buried among the birch trees may come back to haunt them all. The Last House on Needless Street is an immersive and shocking journey that will keep you guessing until the last page. So, we follow four main characters in this story, all alternating between different perspectives. You have our main male character, who is an elder man called Ted Bannerman. His house cat, Olivia. Actually, yes, we get perspective chapters from his pet cat. A girl called Dee, and Ted's supposed daughter, Lauren. So, this book is the chapters all kind of all these characters are all interconnected in some manner, but it doesn't really come to fruition until the last half of the book. But Ted is just kind of this he's this middle-aged guy who's just kind of living on his life, but there's the way he's alternating the way he's talking, and his his behavioral patterns and the way he speaks. I would assume that he's under some kind of, he has a medical condition, essentially. I won't say what it is, but when I was reading this, I was kind of leaning towards maybe he was on the autism spectrum. He's not. And he talks to a psychiatrist, and he just talks about random things he has in his life. His psychiatrist he refers to as the Bug Man, because he has these huge glasses. And we learn that Ted is harboring a dark secret because his house is literally boarded up. He has boarded up all his windows, and he basically is a hermit, only going outside when he needs to get supplies. And throughout the chapters, we get a little bit more, we learn that he only gets to spend time with his daughter during a supposed, periods of time throughout, I guess, weeks or months. And then we get perspectives from his cat, Olivia. And there's also another story going on where this character D is her sister went missing. Her sister disappeared when they were kids, when their family took a visit to the lake. And Dee is she suspects that maybe Ted has some kind of involvement with her sister's disappearance. And she moves in next door to him, and she's constantly like spying on him, kind of a rear window style, to see what's going on, so she can break into his house, essentially, because she believes that her sister is on the inside. But this is a very dark and kind of twisted book, and we learn more and more as the further we get into the stories. We learn more about why Ted is the way he is, and like how it all kind of connects back to his childhood, how his mother treated him when he was a child, and her dominance over him, basically. And when you kind of understand what's going on, or when I understood, because I was just under all these assumptions, and when it's finally revealed what is going on, it's just like, wow, this book gets a lot more interesting. This book is already interesting. Something fell. But yeah, I don't want to reveal what actually is going on with all these characters. I will just say, if you're going to read this story, go into it as blind as you can. Don't watch any reviews of it. Just go in, because that's how I did it. And it was really worth it. And yeah, I just don't know what else to say about it, because I just don't want to get into deep spoilers for it. But I would really recommend you guys check this book out. I think it was a really, really solid read. And yeah, again, it's Catorina Ward's The Last House on Needless Street. And if you guys need more convincing, listen to all these blurbs on the back of the book by all these authors. I'm just going to read a couple to you. Something terrible is buried in the forest, the house at the end of Needless Street. Are you prepared to find out what it is? Some of the blurbs there. Sensational. I can't recall another novel in recent years that dares so much and succeeds so wildly, says A.J. Finn. A chilling and beautiful masterpiece of suspense. I was completely enthralled. Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. And Stephen King himself even did a blurb on the bottom there. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this book. I gave it like a 4.5. And she has another one, like Catorina Ward she already has a couple of books out already, but she has another one coming out this year. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really, really did. So yeah, thank you for watching my review of this book. I really, really do appreciate it. Let me know if you decide to pick up the book, let me know what you thought of it. Thank you again for watching my video, and I will see you soon with a new video.